Yeah, waiting for some people to fall up in here. I'm at the friendly neighborhood duck pond. Yeah, hold on real quick. Let's see if we can get some of our furry friends, not furry, feathered friends. Well, furry too. Got some squirrels here, some turtles. Hold on real quick. You know, shout out to the homie Steve the Dean. We often talk about bringing women to the duck pond. Yeah, it's a little bench right there. It's another one up yonder. Yeah, we often talk about bringing women to the duck pond. So this particular duck pond, right, has been graced by my presence multiple times. And I've had some acquaintances accompany me here on that very bench right there. On that very bench right there. So gentlemen, when we tell you guys, take women to places you're familiar with, we mean that shit. So this is the Heritage Park Duck Pond. This is my first time going live like this, so I can't see the chat. Hold on real quick. Hold on, let me see if I can see the chat. Can I see it? Oh, there we go. Hold on. Let me grab a seat. Who up in here? The sun is in my face, I can't see. But anyway, nah, man, I had to go live right quick. Everybody's power went out. CPS, City Public Service, the power went out. So I said, you know, hold on, okay, that's CPS right now. I guess they're saying power is restored, but everyone's power went out. And I said, I'm not about to sit in the house and it's hot as fuck. I might as well get outside. So I drove my ass to the duck pond. Let me see who's up in here. Real quick, while I'm up in here, peeking through windows, that niggas is funny. Jay Stevens, STDS. Real quick while I'm here, I'm not gonna be here too long, but if y'all got some questions, right now is a good time to ask them shits before I bounce. Now, I'm not peeking through no windows, fam. Ain't no windows over here. Just a duck pond. There's some water, some trees, and some feathered friends. That's about it. A nice little cigar and shit. Yeah, it's a nice sunny day here in San Antonio, as you can see. The weather is nice. It's a little breeze. Ain't nobody really out here. All the little kiddies in school and shit. Who came up in here? Hold on real quick. I'm trying to see who came up in here. Okay, I see a live chat, but I can't read the name because the sun is fucking with me. But whoever sent the live joint, I think it's Jay Stevens. Hold on, let me go ahead and do that. Appreciate you. Again, real quick, guys. If y'all got a question, please put it in the chat before I bounce, because I ain't gonna be here long. I'm only here till they restore power and shit. Appreciate the time. Uncle Gun, appreciate that, fam. Appreciate y'all following through. You know, while I'm here, I actually want to talk about something right quick. I did a consultation last night. And what I want to talk about is, and I'm actually going to drop a video. I don't know if I'm going to drop it for my Patreon people or if I'm going to drop it on a channel for public consumption. I'm not sure just yet. But what I want to talk about is, don't get caught up in the initial perception of women. It sounds a little muffled. It sounds muffled. Hey, who else is having difficulty hearing? Because while I was doing this live, City Public Service called me and shit. It's better now? Okay, bet. So what I want to talk about is be mindful of the initial perception that you have of women. Let me tell you about this consultation real quick so I can illustrate what I mean. So this guy met this young lady and she came across like a virtuous good girl, right? She was telling them how she really don't get down like that. She don't believe in engaging in casual sex. When he started making out with her, he was telling me that she sucked at it. Like she wasn't really good at making out. So that kind of reinforced in his head that, hell, maybe she don't get down like that because she sucks at making out. So now he has this perception of who he thinks she is based on what she presented to him. Now, this is how guys get caught up. If you're out here dating and you're looking for a certain type of woman, if that woman presents, if you meet a woman who presents herself to be in alignment with what you're looking for, you can easily get fooled, right? You can easily get fooled. So he met this woman and he's talking about, kicking it with her on a serious tip. I believe they went out on like 2 dates. And I'm like, bruh, slow down. Okay, and the reason why he got his nose wide open for her is because of the way she presented herself to him. And here's the thing, and I want you guys to think about this. It doesn't matter how a woman presents herself to you. What matters is once you show her who you really are, once you show her the authentic version of you, how she responds to that. See, how she responds to that will really show you who you're dealing with. But if you have a woman she's just presenting the best version of herself to you, because remember, everybody's on their best behavior when they first meet, including you motherfuckers, right? So if you're on your best behavior, it stands to reason that the women you encounter will also be on their best behavior. So you gotta be mindful and not allow yourself to be influenced by what she wants you to see. See, that's the key. Are you seeing from the women what she wants you to see? Or are you seeing what you need to see? And what I mean by that is, get women to reveal themselves to you. Okay? How do you do that? You show women who you really are. You let them know what you are about. And you let them know exactly what your true intentions are. How she responds to that, that will show you what you need to do going forward. Do you continue dealing with her? Do you see her going forward? Or do you leave her where she stands? Never allow your initial perception of a woman guide you on how you ultimately deal with that woman. Be mindful, be careful, man, because you can get fooled. Real quick, some of y'all might remember, probably about a year ago, on the Manhood is a Skill Set show with the homie Miles Cunningham and Jay Roman. I don't know if Justin was there or not, but definitely myself, Miles, and Jay Roman. We played a clip. We played a clip of Mayo. Now, if you don't know who Mayo is, he's a rapper from Brooklyn. And in that clip, he was complaining about this woman that he met, or that he knew, that he was dating. And come to find out, she was the type of chick that engaged in casual sex. She was a little promiscuous, right? And it bothered him that he found that out, right? And the reason why it rubbed his spirit the wrong way was because he had a perception of her based on how she presented herself to him, right? So in his own head, he conjured up the type of person he believed her to be based on the type of woman he really wanted to date. So what little bit she showed him, that was enough for him to automatically say, oh, she's this type of girl. Well, here's the fucked up part about doing that. Once women get the notion that you perceive them to be a certain way based on how you're treating them, especially if you treat them like they are the quote-unquote virtuous good girl type, once women start to see that you're doing that, they're very unlikely to show you another side, because they don't want to fuck up the view that you have of them, which is why you can never allow your initial perception of women to guide you on how you ultimately engage with that woman. And I see a question. Okay, so Bad says, you and LaCarl, help me get over the body count, good girl nonsense. Well, let me say this. there is nothing wrong, gentlemen. There is nothing wrong with having your dating preferences. If, like, an example would be this: okay, if you prefer to date a woman who doesn't really go out like that, she's not a club hopper, a bar hopper, there is nothing wrong with that, right? But here's the problem though, because if you say to yourself, "Oh, I prefer not to date that type of woman," then by virtue of that, you're gonna believe someone who does the opposite is different. If that makes sense, you're gonna believe that they're different because they don't do the same things you're trying to avoid, right? So you can't get caught up with that perception, right? Now, also, I would tell you guys this. Ultimately, your decision as to how you interact with them has to be based on how they respond to you directly. Not on what they're showing you, but how they respond to you. Like, shout out to everybody on the Real Game No Theory podcast. We tell you guys all the time, show women who you are and let them respond to what you present, right? Regardless of where you met them at. Okay, so he says, that's why you and Steve tell us to be authentic and let our intentions be known up front. It forces them to be authentic. Well, it forces women to declare themselves. They have no other choice but to show you something, right? Once you let women know what you're about and what it is you're trying to do, they're either going to leave you alone or they're going to show you something. And what they show you ultimately should be your guiding light, if you will. It should be your lighthouse light. Okay, all right, now I see what she's about. I see how she's responding to me. I'm gonna allow her response to me dictate what I do going forward, right? But she's responding to you, so you're dictating shit instead of being dictated to, okay? Again, think about it. If a woman presents herself to be a certain way and you automatically go with that, you're being dictated to, whether it's a subconscious or a conscious thing. Let's see here. So he says, hold on, gentlemen. Oh shit, I'm bugging. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me hit that. It says, I see, Zag, I'm jealous. You got sunshine and all that shit. I'm out here in Rochester. Bro, it's hot. I'm starting to sweat. I got on sweatpants and shit. Okay, Zach, how you feel about the soft guy era? What's your take on that? Well, here's my take on that. I believe some of it is satire. I believe some of it is to counter the foolishness that some of the women are saying. I believe some guys are saying, oh, okay, well, if you ladies are going to get online and say this, then we're going to get online and say that, right? So I think some of it is satire. But also, you have to bear in mind this. Most men, males, if you will, they're heavily influenced by what women do. So what I mean by that is this. When an abundance of women are making a movement and they're going online promoting this movement, guys are heavily influenced by that. Like Hot Girl Summer and all this goofy shit, City Girls, all that. Guys are heavily influenced by that, and they start their own movements as a counter to that. And it goes back to what I'm saying. Stop allowing these women to influence you. You're giving women unnecessary power over you. I want you guys to understand that. You're giving women unnecessary power over you because you're too influenced by what they do, when they should be influenced by what you do. And to call yourself a soft guy, like even that is disturbing. To call your, see, what if guys made the masculine era or the stoicism era, right? Or the we ain't taking on more bullshit era. Okay, I would respect that a lot more. Name it something that sounds like something that men would do. Okay, hold on real quick, gentlemen. So yeah, man, again, hold on. We at the duck pond. We at the duck pond. This little bench I'm sitting on. Oh, I sat on this very bench with a number of women. Sat on this very bench looking out into the water, feeding these dusty ass raggedy ducks. Brought them right here. Sat right here with a cigar. Shorty had like some fruity ass drink. You know what I'm saying? Back when I used to drink beer, I don't really drink beer like that anymore. I used to have me like a little 24 ounce with this little cigar. Had the babe right here on this bench, chunking breadcrumbs at these fucking ducks, having a little conversation. That drizzle drip, bro. I saw that video, E305. I saw the video of this light-skinned brother. He had braids and shit. And he was talking about, stop telling me I'm handsome. Just send the money, drizzle, drizzle. Send the money, drizzle, drizzle. And chicks was making fun of him with his old butterscotch looking ass. Chicks was making fun of him. You know, I would rather chicks clown me for being me than to clown me for me creating this fictitious image of myself. You know what I'm saying? Clown me for being real. Don't clown me for being a clown. You know what I'm saying? Big difference. All right, gentlemen, I'm not going to be here long. I appreciate y'all coming through. Again, gentlemen, don't allow your initial perception of a woman. Okay, again, don't allow your initial perception of a woman guide you, right? Always instruct women and guide women to where you ultimately want the interaction to go, and then let their response or their reaction to that be the thing that says, all right, cool, cool. All right, I think I could fuck with her. Look, real quick, I told this story before. When I first met my ex-wife, right? When I first met her, when I was introduced to her, something odd happened that never really happened to me before, right? When I was introduced to her, I said to myself, there's something about her, right? There's something that compels me to want to get to know her outside of just sex, right? This is what I'm thinking to myself. But I had to remind myself that I still have to put her through the vetting process, right? I still have to do my due diligence to make sure she's the type of woman I could move forward with. So although I recognize, you know, some character traits or some attributes that compelled me to say, you know, I want to get to know her beyond sex, I still had to make her a fuck buddy though. I still had to put her in that category though, right? And it just so happened over time, she showed me that my initial intuition about her was correct. But imagine if I would have went off of that intuition right away, right? And instead of starting her off in the fuck buddy position, I automatically gave her the mid-level exception. And I speeded up the process just for her based on my initial perception, right? I could have been in a fucked up situation, but because I took my time with it, did my due diligence, put her in a fuck buddy role, right? She ended up campaigning and auditioning for a role outside of just being a fuck buddy. And she proved over an extended period of time that she was worthy of me elevating her. Okay, of course, we're no longer together. She's my ex. But we were together for quite a while. We were married for a good minute. And it was just time to move on. Okay, this sun is taking over. I can't see shit. I can't see a motherfucking thing. Hold on real quick. Let me get my ass in the shadows so I can see what I'm seeing. All right, gentlemen, on that note, I'm about to get up out of here. I think they restored power at the hacienda. I'm about to get back there. I got some editing I got to do. Also, real quick, on IG, we're going live with Too Dapper. I believe myself, Too Dapper, I believe Lucario and Miles. I believe they're going to be there too. So we're going to be live on IG later this evening. So come through, check us out, support the movement. On that note, y'all enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Get outside. Let the fresh air filtrate through your nose. Breathe some of that shit in. I'm out.